Welcome to the Link edition this week. And it's always a pleasure to furnish information to you that you can use. And this week we're discussing agriculture, but not any sort of agriculture. We're discussing organic agriculture. So you might be wondering, what's the difference? We are going to find answers to that and why it's worth it. And my guest tonight is Mr. Chariton Namwoza, who is the CEO of the National Organic Agriculture Movement of Uganda. I wanted to get it right.
Got it.
Mr. Chariton, welcome.
Thank you very much, my brother and friend, Samuel Setumba.
Absolutely. We always have a few minutes, so we shall start straight away. When we talk about organic agriculture, how does it stand apart from the other agriculture that we know?
Very good. So, as you hear the word organic agriculture, it is a production system, an agricultural production system that emphasizes the use of natural or organic materials, you know, organic fertilizers, organic pesticides or insecticides, as sometimes it's commonly known. And it also promotes the use of techniques like crop rotation, green manure, and of course biodiversity. It thrives on 4 principles, and I think later on we'll be looking at what differences we have between organic and the other forms.
Actually, so we can just enjoy the question and yeah, absolutely.
So there are 4 principles that an organic farmer must know, and that's what sorts them from the other farmers, the conventional and traditional farmers. There is the principle of health, which obviously places emphasis on sustaining and supporting the health of the soils, the plant, which obviously are supported by the soils, then the animals, which live on the soils, and then the human being and the planet at large. It is not possible to talk about a health plant without a health soil. So you can't talk about a health plant and a health animal, and you don't talk about a health human being or a health planet. You can't separate the health of the soils from that of, and that's where the difference is.
It's the whole ecosystem.
The proponents of the other forms of farming, you know, conventional and traditional, will not have this at the back of the mind, because you will emphasize one aspect, which could be, let's say, economic aspect, and yet you're destroying the soils, you're destroying the groundwater, you're destroying the health of the animals, and you're killing human beings. That's why we have all these issues of cancer and others that you know, made worse with the ingestion of these other you know, the conventional plants or crops, or animal products. So that's the first principle, and an organic farmer must know that. The second principle is the principle of ecology. The emphasis on nature and emulating nature, the recycling of nutrients, taking care of the environment in general. It should be sustainable, so it should support the current generation. The coming or the future generations should also benefit from this environment. It must be clean, it must be healthy, it must be enjoyable. You know, every member of the ecosystem must enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Then the third one is fairness, you know, social justice, equity. We are talking about social responsibility, where you are cognizant that the farmer or the person working on the farm should take a good share of the sales proceeds of the crop or the animal product that you're selling. And fairness or social justice comes in different forms. And of course, the last principle is the principle of care, which places emphasis on the current and the future generation. So the technologies that you use should be cognizant of the needs of the current generation and the next generations.
Listening to you, I'm thinking, hey, I want to go there, but can I manage? Break down that for me. Is that as overwhelming as it sounds when you, as you explain it?
For Ugandans, it is even interesting because the majority of the Ugandans are involved in what we call traditional farming, which by all standards is about 80% close to what I've been describing.
We are already there.
Exactly. So the difference would be the documentation, the traceability, demonstrating that this product is truly organic. Traditional farmers will do, as I said, 80% of what an organic farmer does.
Yeah.
They will apply these techniques, crop rotation, agroforestry,
manure from the cows.
Manure from the cow. They will plant more than one crop, biodiversity, not planting just one crop, but a combination of crops.
Okay.
And that also must take into consideration issues of breaking the disease cycle, and making sure that there is emphasis on the environment. So you can see that the traditional farmer over the years, and this is information or knowledge picked from their forefathers, ancestors, and it is passed on to the next and the coming generations. And that's why it's called traditional. So the only difference then would be, can you prove that you've not applied synthetic or artificial chemicals?
In 2 minutes, how can I do that?
Because, and that's what I was talking about, you've got to put a traceability system, you've got to document your practices, and that is why the issue of certification becomes critical, because you must prove either by, through what we call the third-party certification.
Yes, somebody else.
Someone else must come and check that whatever you're doing complies with the standards, the do's and don'ts of organic farming, and that these 4 principles are being, emphasized. Or it could be what we call the participatory guarantee system, which will require the participation of the farmer plus other stakeholders. Could be the consumer who is buying the product, other local actors, representative from the government, an extension worker, or someone else that is interested in your organic product.
How can Nogam help me in that process? Because it's critical for proof.
Great.
Do you help? You assist?
We offer 4 services, and one of the core services is helping farmers to establish robust, certifiable quality management systems. Systems that are documented, that demonstrate on paper, but also in practice that you are practicing organic farming. And that takes, capacity building. It's a process. You won't get it in one day. You are told, what to do, but also you must see it in practice. So it's a combination of theory and practical.
I'm listening and saying, I'm gonna go to Mr. Namuoza and try that. Tell me, what is it worth it? And here, organic agriculture has been touted as having premium returns. Paint me a picture.
As you know, price, and when you hear premium, you are looking at a fair or the maximum you could get, the price. And you hear many coffee or the other farmers saying, I need a good price. And what is good can be relative. But one assurance you can have when you're an organic farmer is that you'll get the best price possible. The premium, which is the additional margin
over the others
and above what the market offers, because as you know, the market will determine the price. But this is how it happens. You have consumers who are increasingly demanding healthy, safe, environmentally friendly, socially responsible products. And by the way, those are the 3 reasons why the organic market has grown over the years. We've not had any instance where you have the organic market stagnating because of the other reasons.
It's always expanding.
Even in the face of COVID, amidst all the challenges we've had, you know, restrictions in terms of movement of products, you know, transportation or logistics, and where people have been locked down, the organic market has proved to be resilient. It's grown. The farmers have continued to sell.
Okay.
Undeterred, and that is exciting. So first, it's the demand that obviously stimulates the supply.
And the demand is insatiable.
It's insatiable. At least over the last couple of years, the demand by far exceeds supply.
Finally, somebody listens.
And will continue being so.
Absolutely. Yeah. Somebody listens and says, okay, I need more of this information because we only have a few minutes. Where do I find you?
We are located in Kansanga, and by the way,
on the way to Gaba.
On the way to Gaba. So if you know where Absa Bank is,
yes, after the former did this world,
so we are somewhere between Seroma and Absa Bank.
Okay. So
on your right, just after Absa Bank, about 100 meters from the main road, you'll find us. We are very visible.
Contacts, website?
www.nogam.org. www.nogam.org. And you can reach us, I mean, by mobile on Facebook.
Yeah.
You can reach us on LinkedIn, but you can also call us, you know.
I saw the number on your website, www.nogam.org. I saw there's a number there. Actually, I called that number to find you.
Yes, exactly.
So the number works.
You must have talked to Rose or
yes,
or
I talked to a lady. That means you're able to be found. And that is the point.
Yes.
Viewers, you might be saying, they have not given me enough information. We can't give it to you because of time. But you have heard Mr. Chariton. He said you can find him www.nogam.org.
Yes.
If you are able to get there, you'll find a number and information that you need. Once you get in touch with them and you want to join organic agriculture, you can. It needs discipline, but it is worth all your efforts. That was the link. Thank you for joining us tonight.